Next day, it was rainy sometimes, windy. The area where we docked looks okay, but when you look it out, I try to talk, but you can hear the wind was really strong. When our boat, in the area where our boat is, waves are not so big. But if you go out, I'm showing you this place right now, you can see that waves are bigger and wind is stronger. The wind was actually 30 miles per hour and gust to 45 miles per hour. So we were really disappointed because we can't go in this situation. You can tell it is impossible to go anywhere. And even our chart book shows that check the weather before you go out into the river or lake. And I told you already that there are markers and you have to stay in the navigation channel. So we just couldn't go anywhere. Long day, and our neighbors' kids are entertaining themselves. You see, she's recording her dancing. Next morning, everything was calm and nice. So I think it is time to go. Our boat is ready to go. Left is good. You are far here. So it is our third day, nice and cold. And our 3-boat flotilla, you will see it. More locks, lifting bridges, and another Irish town, Lanesborough. 2 nights we spent here because of the wet weather. 2 nights. And you remember I showed you the weather yesterday? And today, look at it. It is beautiful. But cold. Our neighbors are fishing. They were our neighbors in Dromod. We are approaching Ruski. It is the town or the village. I have no idea. I see the gas station and there is a bridge. And the bridge needs to be opened. So we need to wait. We need to tie to this place. One boat is tried, we tried, we did not have luck. We are going to try again because we need to wait for the bridge to be opened. So we need to stay here somewhere. You see? That boat parked, that boat docked. We are trying to do the same. We are docking with help. It is not easy for some reason. Now I think you have to call and probably pay.
Docking on a small docking platform in the middle of a rapidly moving river when you're going downstream can be very tricky, because what happens is the current in the river catches the rear of the boat and moves it away from the dock if you're not careful, and it will move it very quickly. So you have to get close to the dock without running into the dock, and then you have to tie up the boat very fast, and you have to do that while avoiding a boat that's parked in front of you, if in fact there is one, as there was in this case. Now, of course, you could turn the boat around and dock heading upriver, which would make it a little easier, except that there were a couple of problems with that also. There wasn't a lot of room to turn around, and then it could have also been very difficult to pull in behind the boat that was already docked there if we were headed in the opposite direction for them. So whichever way we tried to do it, it was a little bit tricky, but with the help of the people who were already on the dock and had previously docked, we were able to get it done without too much difficulty. And then along came the third boat with the South African folks, and they had much the same problems. You can see them here that the rear of their boat is being forced out away from the dock by the current, which is what I just described. And so they had to actually turn around, go back upstream, and then make another approach. So, you know, it's not an ideal situation, but when you're waiting for a lifting bridge to go up so you could go under it, it's what you have to do.
Now there are 3 boats on this dock. These people on this boat are from South Africa. We are obviously from Florida, the United States, and the people are from Switzerland. The bridge is lifted. We need to go. Okay.
Let's try this. If I let go here, this boat's going to swing. Grandpa's got to push it this way. Grandpa?
On the roof? Yes, sir.
Well, just go to the top.
Throw it on.
When he's at the top.
Get on, quickly. Back here, easier. Okay, now go to the rear.
It is warmer, you see? We are not wearing as much clothes as we used to.
Watch.
Good, very good. You are great. You are great.
Pretty close to the bridge yet?
Almost, they are passing.
They're considerably behind.
There is another lock. We are approaching this place, and probably we need to wait because the red light is for us. So we will wait. We need to dock. Fortunately, the lock was open really fast, and now we need to go through this lock. And we need to remember to not follow this picture in our chart book. I think the picture is hilarious. Everybody is ready to get out. This lock, it is only 40 centimeters deep, not too much. I mean, we went down only 40 centimeters in this lock. It was Русский. The town has a name Русский. Actually, I wanted to see this small town, but no luck. No, we couldn't dock. All docks are private, we couldn't stop.
See on the map that it said that there's one?
And we are going to Lanesborough, right? Lanesborough. It is almost 3 hours from here. 3 hours of driving on the river. Our companions are following us. One boat decided to, people from one boat from Switzerland decided to fish, and people from South Africa decided to have some coffee in the morning. So we are ahead, going to Lanesborough. When we reached the Termanbury Bridge and lock, two other boats that were cruising with us were left behind. We did not even notice how we lost them. No, probably they stopped somewhere, and people from Switzerland were fishing. When we left the bridge and were ready to dock before the lock, because the light was red for us, the man passed us on the bicycle and said, "Let's go into the lock." I said, "How can we go? It is red. Let's go, let's go." We were actually confused, but then decided to go. And it appeared that this man was working with the bridge and with the lock. Two in one man. And Ben is just waiting. Okay, our gate is opening. Leaving the lock.
The way it is today is night and day different from the way it was yesterday. Yesterday there were gusts up to 40 knots, actually probably about 45 miles an hour gust, and it was very rough. There were whitecaps everywhere, the strong currents driven by the wind. It was really not a day to be out on the river at all yesterday. And nobody much was. I think one boat we saw tried it yesterday during the time when it was really bad, but everybody else did what we did and stayed docked for the day.
In Lanesborough, we decided to stop in the private marina. They have electricity for sure. We called them. You have to pay 15 euros for the night. You want to eat? You want to eat? What do you want? Are you nice? Okay, goodbye. We will see you soon. We will be back. Do you want to buy something for you? A cucumber? There is another public marina right here. It's a small place, but you can park it here free. Of course, no electricity. The people from South Africa docked here. It is their boat on the right. There is another public marina. The people from Switzerland parked here, docked here. They wanted to come to our marina, but their boat is too big for that marina, and they came here.
The river here is the boundary of two Irish counties and two towns with different names. On the left is the town of Ballyleague and the county of Roscommon. And on the right is the town of Lanesborough, the county of Longford.
It is the main street of Lanesborough.
Beauty shops and bars. Beautiful house.
It is the library, Lanesborough branch library. It's a nice little library. Look at it. And we saw this tower from far away when we were on the river. And we were wondering, what is it?
according to a gentleman we just asked on the street, what you see here was a coal-fired generating station that's no longer operating, presumably because it was dirty and polluting.
Another church in Lanesborough with the cemetery.
This particular building goes all the way back to 1678. It was added to and repaired and renovated, but it actually does go back to 1678. The last renovation was 1861.
But this church was from the 5th century.
There was a church here before this one, all the way back in the 400s. This was the place that you could cross from East Ireland to West Ireland on the north side of this big lake that we're going through down tomorrow. This was the last crossing going north to south before the lake. And of course there was no crossing on the lake except by boat.
I don't know what it is, but they have even a plow and another plow here. The next video will be about the day 4 of our trip, and you know, it was probably the most difficult day, not just because of the wind and cold and rain all the day, but we crossed the lake, not crossed, we went through the lake, and it seems like it is easy because a lot of water, but believe me, it was not easy. From Lanesborough we went to Sloan, and we will show you this very interesting and beautiful town. Okay, see you next time.